Hey everyone, welcome back to the Adobe Live YouTube channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Brittney Megann. I'm the CEO and head socialista of Socials and Stilettos, and I've partnered with Adobe Live to bring you an exclusive 8-part series on how to build an iconic brand from scratch with Adobe Express. And today we're officially jumping into episode 5, and we're gonna be talking about creating branded social media graphics and slaying your socials in Adobe Express. Are you ready? Let's jump in. When it comes to creating branded social media graphics, scroll stopping content, and slaying your socials, there are 5 tips that you're gonna wanna keep in mind. Tip number 1, make sure you're utilizing templates for a head start. Adobe Express has literally thousands of templates for you to choose from, no matter if you're looking for graphics for Facebook or Instagram or Pinterest or LinkedIn, the list goes on and on and on. There is a template in here for everybody. Tip number 2, make sure you're customizing your templates to reflect your brand. This is super important because although templates are an incredible place to start, it's customizing your content that really allows your posts to stand out on socials. Don't be afraid to add your brand colors, your fonts, your brand elements, and really make them yours. Tip number 3, make sure that you include high quality visuals, and this is where having your own brand photos is gonna be my biggest tip for you. If you haven't yet already booked a brand shoot for your new business, you're going to wanna go ahead and do so. If you're like, but Brittney, I can't afford it right now, or I don't have the time, but I really need to get started with my graphics, using high quality stock images that Adobe can provide to you is a great option, and these can all be found in Adobe Express. But again, the best results are gonna come when the content and the visuals are your own. Tip number 4, make sure that you're using the same design elements throughout all of your graphics. This is a low-key tip that I feel like goes so unnoticed, and I am a stickler for using the same design elements. One way that I love to do this is by using the same sized border around all of the bubbles, and the Team Socialistas are screaming right now because they know that I am literally so obsessed with making sure that we use the exact same border around all the bubbles that we have, and this is really what creates consistency amongst our graphics. So if you're somebody who loves to include retro squiggles in your graphic, make sure that they're showing up amongst all the graphics, and that's what's going to be the key to creating consistency amongst all of your content. And last but not least, number 5, don't be afraid to include call to actions in your graphics. Although a lot of people read captions, having a call to action sprinkled in your graphics is a great way to boost engagement and conversions through your social content. Now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and design a graphic using all of these tips that we just talked about together. And make sure you stick around till the end of this video because I've got a free content pillars worksheet that is an incredible resource when it comes to creating your content that you're gonna wanna jump on, so don't go far. The graphic I'm gonna be creating today is a reminder post that can be posted on our socials and be utilized to promote a new episode going live in this exciting series on YouTube with Adobe Live. So I'm gonna start by typing in from the home search bar, reminder, and see what comes up under templates. So scrolling down, I want something for the feed. So I'm gonna look for something exactly like this. Actually is perfect. I feel like I love the design of this, and I can definitely see it being customized to Socials and Stilettos branding and working really, really well for our page. So I'm gonna bring this in to Adobe Express, and first thing I'm gonna do is delete any brand elements that do not match my branding. So all of these, they are not screaming Socials and Stilettos, and then we'll go ahead and change the text. So I'm gonna go ahead and change this to one of our brand fonts. So I will navigate to our brand. And while we're here, why don't we go ahead and start playing around with the colors and put everything into our brand colors. That way you can see how everything is looking and feeling when it's in our branding. Okay, so now that we have everything in our brand colors, let's go ahead and edit the text. before I was telling you it's super important to make sure that you stay consistent with the brand elements that you use. That was for a reason. And the bubble that was here before is nothing like anything I have used on my page. So it would feel super out of place if I kept that same shape just because it was part of the template. So I went ahead and I replaced it with a bubble that feels a little bit more socials and stilettos-y. Thinking if we add a border, maybe just increase the border sizing just a little so that it pops out. And maybe we'll add a border around this as well. Let's try adding a border and see what happens. I'm loving the way that this is looking. This has come together so beautifully, and it was so easy to create something that feels super branded. 2 socials and stilettos. If we wanted to take it a little step further, maybe I would go ahead and add one of my little icons or logos somewhere. Like I think this would be a little cute if it was in the bottom maybe, or if we put one of our logos in the bottom. I think playing around with things is key. Like, don't be afraid to really have fun and customize things. Don't just stick with the template the way that it is just because it came that way. The more that you kind of play around with your brand assets and have fun with things, the more confident you're gonna get when it comes to creating things on your own. Make sure you keep your eyes peeled on the Socials and Stilettos page, because I'm definitely posting this. It is too cute not to post. Creating graphics has literally never been easier, and I'm so thankful that there are platforms like Adobe Express, because trust me when I say, when I first started in the social media space, creating content was never this easy. As promised, I have a free content pillars worksheet for you that's really gonna help you streamline what you're gonna post about when it comes to socials. So head over to the link in the descriptions box and download this worksheet, because trust me when I say it is a game changer. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. If you haven't yet already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We still got a lot more in this series where that came from, and I can't wait to see you in the next episode. Until then, stay social.